Hey everyone, thanks for checking out this little mini course on how to use Profit Seeker Pro. I just wanted to go over how to install the extension and to get everything set up, and also how to cancel your free trial if you end up not needing it or using it. But basically you come to profitseekerpro.com, and actually before we click download extension, we'll go over the different package options here. There's a monthly recurring subscription of $9.95 per month, or an annual subscription of $99.95 per month, and this ends up saving you 2 months worth of monthly payments, right? Each of these include a 14-day free trial, so if you sign up for this, you have 14 days to cancel it before you're automatically charged, and the same goes for the $99.95 per month as well. And the way that you would cancel your subscription if you do sign up and you decide you don't want it is you would click on your little icon for your login thing. Once you're here, you would click view subscriptions, and since this is like a test account, there's no active things to show, but you would have an option here to cancel your subscription. So alright, back to here. So once you would sign up for an account, you would come here again and you click download extension, and you would then click add to Chrome. Once you add it to Chrome, it's effectively in your extensions. So then to pin it like this, because sometimes you click on it to upload new files, you would click the little extension box there, and you'd find it, Profit Seeker Pro, and you'd pin it right here, right? So that's how you install it. And another thing I'm going to go over quick is how to, basically the number one issue that people have in using the software is they think it's not working, or it's not showing up on their screen, right? So if that happens, what you do is you come to the little icon here, you click it, and then there's this little settings gear, you click that, and basically what happens, why people think it doesn't work or doesn't show up, is this has become checkmarked, right? We have to uncheck mark this in order to view it. That's the number one issue that people have, is they think it doesn't work when they probably clicked this little X here because it just removes it. And then once you click that X, then you can't see it. So then it doesn't come back until you uncheck mark this little box here within the settings, right? So you can uncheck the different things you have. And this one will only work when you're on Walmart.com. And it's just important to know that this as well as working on Amazon.com, it works on Walmart.com as well. So everything that it does on Amazon, it also does on Walmart.com, and Walmart.com also includes the WFS calculator to see if you can make money on different products, right? So just keep that in mind when you're going through these different videos. If you saw Walmart already, great, this will definitely get you in right away. But if you've been interested in expanding to Walmart, this definitely is a good tool for you, especially for the calculator, right? And I show a little video on that part later. So, but yes, thanks for checking this out, and with that, we will get into it. Quickly, before I jump into the presentation here of the slides that we have, I just want to say that there's a lot of different updates that we have in the works for Profit Seeker Pro, and there's a couple updates that have been released since we first launched, right? Those being the little magnifying glass with the AMZ button that was specifically designed for going through Keepa leads, like when you do Keepa sourcing, like with what the Olsons kind of teach. You can export your data into Profit Seeker Pro, and you can go through those a little bit quicker, right? Because the whole point of this software is to just increase your productivity, right? If you can save a couple hours every month, this tool definitely makes it worthwhile, right? And if you compare your manual sourcing versus exporting data and using Profit Seeker Pro to do the sourcing, you'll find that you can go through items much quicker. And the more items you can go through, the more potential ASINs you can find, right? And so yes, we've added that button, the Keepa button. I might relabel the button just so people kind of know what it is. But we do have some really cool updates in the works. It just takes a while to get these rolling and find the bugs and stuff. But in 2024, we're going to be doing some really cool updates with Profit Seeker Pro. And the newest update we have, which is why kind of this little mini course took a while to come out on how to use Profit Seeker Pro, is because it was quite a big update. We added a WFS calculator that can intertie the data that you import to that calculator, right? So when I do like a little demo of the Walmart course part, or the Walmart calculator part, you'll see that it can put the price and the dimensions and stuff into the calculator for you, right? To just increase productivity speed. And with my business, we've definitely expanded into Walmart because we didn't really want to be tied all to Amazon, with some of the stuff they pull sometimes. So a few years ago, we just went all in on Walmart, and our Walmart sales have outpaced our Amazon sales during Q4. So I definitely encourage people to check out Walmart. It just makes it so you don't have all your eggs in one basket. And if anything ever happens to your Amazon account, or if you can't sell an item on Amazon anymore that you used to be able to, well, that's where Walmart can really help to improve your business and to help you expand. So yes, the WFS calculator is a great addition for those looking to expand their business into another platform, right? But yes, so back to the extension and the slides here. Alright, so this is Profit Seeker Pro, and I'm going to show you some of the different ways to use this. There's many different ways, and I'm sure that other people can think of other ways as well. I've already thought of different ways to do it, and we're doing a bunch of different updates and stuff still. We have big things planned in the future, because the whole intention behind this was to create a tool that will help to save people a lot of time, right? So with that, we'll get into it. And I just want to, before I start, just thank my wife for helping me put these slides together, because I'm not really a PowerPoint type of person. But so thank you to my wife, Stacy. All right. So the whole purpose behind this is to save you time, right? Doing some of the tasks that require a lot of time, and this can help you to reduce the time spent looking for leads, right? But yes, time is indeed your most precious asset, and with this extension, we can reclaim those invaluable moments and invest them where they matter most in our reselling endeavors, right? This has really cut down my VA's time in regards to sourcing. It just basically can make the process of looking for leads and new leads and checking things much faster than doing it manually, right? I mean, all these things that you're seeing here, yes, you can do them manually, but this takes those manual processes and speeds them up. All right, so some of the topics I'm going to go over here: why Profit Seeker Pro, the features, using Keepa data with Profit Seeker Pro, how to use tactical expander data, how to use tactical arbitrage data, speeding up going through your old leads, common issues and fixes with old leads lists, and Arbitrage Hero. Okay, so the reason why I initially created this is because if anyone's been through the bots course, they'll remember how we scrape sites and then we run them through scanning software. But as good as these scanning softwares can be, they're still missing a lot of items, right? So this was developed with the intention of taking that data that we scraped, right, or gathered, and then running it through Profit Seeker Pro manually. What that means is we're basically looking title by title on Amazon for these different products or these different data titles that we've either gathered or scraped or whatnot. And it basically can take you through line by line, searching title by title, and it just improves and speeds up the process an immense amount, right? Anyone that's done manual sourcing knows that this is a huge time saver, right? I mean, if it can save you, I don't know, a couple hours each session, I mean, over time that can build up to be an immense amount of hours that you're saving, right? So that was why I developed this software, just to be able to help the Proven Bots course. But now I'm finding there's lots of other uses that this can definitely benefit. All right, why Profit Seeker Pro? Again, efficiency amplified. Streamline your workflow by quickly managing your old leads, manually going through your scrape data, and exploring ASINs without toggling between multiple tools, platforms, or websites. Instant access, have all your essential data at your fingertips while browsing Amazon.com, and I'm super excited that it's working on Walmart.com too. There's a lot of cool things that it's going to be doing with Walmart here. And eliminating the need for constant searches and cross-referencing. Rapid analysis, export, check costs, and explore alternative sources on the fly, cutting down the time spent on manual tasks and research. Seamless navigation, easily handle large files by jumping to where you left off, ensuring uninterrupted progress without wasting time on file management. And we'll go through that pretty soon here. Basically, if you have a large file, I mean, sometimes I've had like multiple thousands of items within one data scrape, and say my VAs went through 200 of them, right? Well, they don't want to go through the 200 again, but they want to jump to line 201, and I'll show you that. Profit maximization, apply percentage-based discounts swiftly to optimize profits or know how much money you're going to make on potential listings without the hassle of manual calculations. It's just a little calculator built in to apply discounts or gift cards or cash back or whatever you might want to add to that. Swift actions, navigate forward and backward effortlessly with dedicated buttons, keeping your momentum and saving precious minutes in your workflow, right? This is all about saving time. I mean, if used in one session compared to a manual session of copying titles and going back to Amazon and pasting it, copying a title, going back to Amazon and paste it. Well, this just click, right? It can save you an immense amount of time. All right, centralized data management. Basically, if you install Profit Seeker Pro and you open the extension, once you click on the button, let's see if I can show here. So yeah, if you click this little button, this will pop up. Oh, another thing I'll say right now is once you install this extension, please pin it, because sometimes you're going to be needing to click it, right? So pin it to your Chrome here. But basically, once you're logged in, this is what it will look like. And let me just, all right, we'll just go next slide. But yes, this is where you upload your old leads, your scrape websites, your Keepa data, your current ASIN, your TA, Arbitrage Hero, Technical Expander, whatever you can think of a way to get data, right? But yes, it puts all the data right here within one little gadget. And once you click that file, it'll open up like this. You can see here, this is how you map your different columns, right? So anyone that's dealt with an old leads list or done the scraping course, you have columns titled, right? You have a UPC, your image, your title, price, URL, and this one right here, AMZ URL, that's a newer one. That's specifically designed for Keepa sourcing quicker, right? But yes, effortlessly map your data with our extension for Amazon and Walmart resellers. One standout feature of our extension is its ability to streamline and personalize your data management process through customizable column mapping. Here's how this feature can revolutionize your experience, or speed it up, rather. All right, so once you map all your columns from your data file, your CSV, or we'll go into how to get some of that data here soon. This is what it'll look like. So let's start going through here. All right, so when you map your columns correctly, the title column gets mapped right here, right? This is your title. This will be your image. And if you hover over this when it's live on Amazon or Walmart, it'll make a bigger image in the middle of your screen. This little button here, this little pencil button, this allows you to edit the title. Sometimes you might want to take a couple words out or even add a word or two in to improve your search results, right? So this little button allows you to do that quickly. This little Google icon here, this will automatically search Google for this title or whatever the title in here is currently. Whatever title is in here live, if you click this Google button, it'll open it up in a new window for you. Export data button. So if you click this button, it basically exports to your Google Drive all the different data points, right? It'll export your title, your image URL, your price, your site URL, and what else will it do? That's pretty much, it'll do those 5 points, the UPC if you have it, and it'll put it to the Google Drive for you. Basically how we utilize this in our business is when VAs are going through a bunch of stuff, once they find one that's like, okay, well maybe, right, then they'll click this button, and then later on I can visit that sheet that's been made and go through them myself. Okay, so UPC. For this example, I didn't put the UPC in here. Sometimes UPC is valuable for different things, but if you map the UPC, this is where it'll show up. So if there's a UPC here, you can copy it and paste it into the search or anything, or however you might want to use it. But so that's for that. This % off button here. So this 10% here, this is just a placeholder. This is not live or active. But let's say you get gift cards for 10% off, right? And you want to calculate how much you would pay for an item with 10% off. Basically what this does is it'll take this $43.65 and it will automatically do the math to figure out whatever that might be afterwards. And then your new price that you would pay would show right here, right? So 10% off of $43.65 is like $4 off, right? So it would be like 39 something that it would show as your buy cost. Okay, so this AMZ button, this is specifically designed for use with Keepa, and when we get into the Keepa examples, you'll see how this can really improve your going through your Keepa sourcing lines quicker. Okay, discount price, I just kind of talked about that. This will show the new price with whatever the % off. It automatically defaults at 0%. Like I said again, this is just a placeholder. Okay, and this is the price. Whatever the price was from like an old leads list when you scraped it, or whatever the data might have been whenever this product was taken, that's what the price will be. Alright, these blue buttons here, this is to move this little gadget that travels with you on your screen. It'll move it to the right side or the left side of the screen, right? Oh, and the other thing, this little X will remove the gadget from your screen so it doesn't so it's not in your way if you're doing something else other than sourcing. Okay, so this little box right here, this is for the line that you are on, not necessarily the page, but for example, this one has 10, this CSV file had 10 items in it only, right? But if it had 200, then it would say 1 out of 200 because I'm at line number 1 out of my file, right? So this is all the data that's in here right now is from line number 1. And okay, so the visit button, this will take you to the site URL, right, or the source URL. So wherever this this data was gathered, hopefully we have the site too. When I click this, it'll take me right to whatever store this was to be able to potentially buy this or look into it more, right? So that's what the visit button does. The back button here, this will take you to the previous item. I mean, we're at line 1 right now, so you can't go back to line 0. But say I was at line 5 and I wanted to go back to line 4, then I just click the back button. And the next button will move you forward 1. So right now I'm on 1 out of 10. If I click this button, it'll take me to line 2 out of 10. And the cool thing is, say again, like there was a big list and I went through 50 items, right? And I wanted to take a break. or go do something else. Well, when I come back, I can type in 5.1, hit this little arrow right here, and it'll jump me to line 51 automatically. Alright, and this is how you can utilize Keepa data with Profit Seeker Pro. So I'm going to cover how to export your Keepa data to use it with Profit Seeker Pro as well. Okay, so when you're in your Keepa account, you'll click Data, and we're going to do Product Finder, right? And these are the columns that I recommend when doing this, when exporting the data from Keepa. I recommend, so if you click this Configure Columns button, hide all of them except for these ones, right? And then you can save that profile as, I don't know, PSP for Profit Seeker Pro if you want, for when you want to just export data to use with it. But basically you want title, image, new third-party FBA, URL, product codes, UPC. To get more data, you can click this little button right here, because I think the default is set to like 100. I mean, if you're only exporting 100 items, that's fine, but if you're exporting more data, you're going to want to click this button here and select the amount of rows you want. Then, once you do that, you're going to click the Export button, right? So this Keepa stuff is all done after you've done your different filters, right? When we're doing Keepa sourcing, we set up our filters, we have our results, right? We have all our Keepa data in front of us, and these are just the columns you want if you plan to export it to go through it a little quicker using Profit Seeker Pro, right? So now, once you have all that data and all this stuff set up correctly, you will export that data. You click the Export button, and it'll show up like this. And normally when you download the data, it usually goes to your downloads folder. You could have yours set up different. You'll have to just try it out. And yeah, you'll just do all active columns and the CSV. Or it does work with Excel as well, but I just primarily use CSV file. Alright, the next step then, once you've downloaded that data, is to go to Amazon.com, and you'll click your little Profit Seeker Pro icon on your bar up here. And once that happens, this box will pop up. You're going to click Choose File, and it's going to bring up a window for you to locate your exported Keepa data file, right? Like this. So this was mine, for example, my Keepa export data file, right? And you click Open. Next, we're going to map our columns. Alright, UPC. You're going to match it with product codes, UPC. You'll click this little drop-down box on the top right here, and then you'll have this little drop-down menu, and you're going to map UPC if you got it to this one, product codes UPC. Image, map image with image, obviously. Your title, you're going to map with title. Price, the new third-party FBA current, or if you want a different one, you can as well. Your URL for Keepa is right here, and your AMZ URL, or your URL for the Amazon listing itself. This will jump you right into the item to look at it in more detail, and we'll cover that here soon. Alright, and then after you map all your stuff, you'll click Save, and now you're ready. Okay, so with this specific Keepa export, this was the first item here, right? And or the second item. There were 63 items within our Keepa export, and now we've uploaded it, and we mapped our columns, and this is what it will look like. And if you click the AMZ button, this will take you directly into that ASIN's page, like this. It won't take you, it won't like search for you on Amazon, but it'll take you into the product, right? So you can do more research, look at different data points and Keepa stuff, and you can just do what you would do normally when checking for a good lead. All right. But yes, if you click the AMZ button again, it'll take you directly into the next ASIN product page, right? ASIN product page. So I clicked AMZ, or the search AMZ button, and it went from line 2 to now 2 out of 63 to number 3 out of 63. So it took me directly into the ASIN, right? So we're effectively going ASIN to ASIN within the product detail page on Amazon, right? That can save you a lot of time over doing sourcing for quite a while. So that's why I added that button. I just thought that'd be a nice feature. Another way to cut back on people's time sourcing, Keepa sourcing. All right, again, the Google search button will also look on Google for this title for you. And here you can see I clicked it, and this is what the results look like, right? So then you can see, okay, well, can I find it for a cheaper price than whatever price it was I got it at? And can I make money on it, right? Okay, and then this button exports the data onto a Google Sheet for you. So if I click this button, it'll get all this data that I gathered, and it will put it onto a Google Sheet to look at later. And it basically the export will look like this, right? So it's exporting the title, the price, the image, the URL, and the UPC. And that's what it'll look like in your Google Sheet. And if I would click it again, then it would populate the ones right below that. This button here, this button allows you to edit the title on this item. An example might be if you want to remove extra words that are not needed to possibly give you different results in your Amazon search, right? So here, you can see we edited it. We removed some of the words out, and we just did Beast Lab Dino Beast Creator. All right, so that's how to use your Keepa data. Now we're going to get into using Profit Seeker Pro with Tactical Expander data. For anyone that's used Tactical Expander before, it's a little Chrome extension as well that you click on. And when you click on it, it looks like this, right? Okay, so here, for example, I selected the store Walmart. And I ran the scrape. And now, once the scrape has been done, now here's all the data, right? And I want that data because I think it might have, I think TA might have missed items that were profitable for me, right? So now I'm wanting to go through it manually, or have a VA go through it manually, to see if there's anything that we missed, right? So, but yes, after you run your scan, you export the data to CSV file. It looks like this. And this export should go to your downloads folder as well. Once you click export, mine went to just my downloads folder. Now, you're going to open the Profit Seeker Pro extension again when you're on Amazon.com or when you're on Walmart.com, and you're going to do all this again, right? Choose File. It'll bring up a window for you to locate your exported Keepa data file. So you'll click it, and here you can see this is my Tactical Expander exported data, right? So I'll click that, and then I'll click Open. Now we're mapping the columns again here. UPC. A lot of times Tactical Expander doesn't capture the UPC, so just leave it as NA. If you don't have the UPC, just leave it as NA, not applicable. Image will be image, title will be title, price will be price, URL will be URL, and AMZ URL, we did not, doesn't have a function really with using TE data. Again, this is just specifically for Keepa sourcing, right? And once you map those columns, you click Save. Okay, this is an issue that is the most common issue, at least it was, until I put a little warning on the Profit Seeker Pro site. But if you ever click the X on your extension, sometimes you'll click this Profit Seeker Pro icon again, and you'll be like, okay, well, I mapped my columns. Where did the extension itself go? Well, this is what you do if that happens, right? It's just an issue that it just turned off. But yes, so you'll click on the PSP icon again if your little gadget's not showing up, and then you'll have this box show up, and you'll see this little settings icon here, right? So you'll click it, you'll click the gear icon, and then once you uncheck this box, Profit Seeker Pro will again show up on your screen. You might need to refresh your browser as well. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But yes, so right now, detail box disable. So if it's checked, that means it's not, I can't see it when I'm on Amazon.com, right? So I have to uncheck this box in order for it to show up again, basically. So, all right. Now we're going to cover how to use tactical arbitrage data, because tactical arbitrage is constantly running. Well, if you use tactical arbitrage, you're probably running scans fairly quite often, and this is just showing you a way that you can utilize that data with Profit Seeker Pro to see if tactical arbitrage missed anything. I know with our use, we get a lot of mismatches using TA. But so this is how you utilize that data if you run a scan on tactical arbitrage. You'll want to go to your search manager, and once you're in your search manager here, you're going to click this green button, result, and then you'll have this little box pop up, and you're going to click download all, and then again it should download it to your download folder on Chrome. And then again, you can come to Amazon.com, because once you export that data, then you're ready to upload it into Profit Seeker Pro. So then you'll come to Amazon.com or Walmart.com, and you'll click the PSP icon again. You're going to click Choose File, and then you'll be able to select your file. This one was a tactical arbitrage export, so here it is. You would click that once, and then click Open. And now you'll map your columns again. And for UPC, it's UPC EAN. For image, it's called product image. For title, it's called title. For price, it's called price. For URL, it's called source URL. And for AMZ URL, this one we can just leave blank as NA. Then you click Save. Now you're ready to start going through that data. It'll take that little box again, and it'll populate the different data points in there for you, so you can see the image, the price, the link to the site, etc. And this one, for example, looks like this. Oh, here I'm just showing you how to view the data again. So here you can see again, this AMZ button is not used for tactical arbitrage data. This is used specifically for Keepa, so don't worry about that button. But here again we can see I clicked. So after you click Save, after your TA data is mapped properly, this is what it'll look like, right? And again, this button will search for this title on Google for you. Right, here I clicked it, and here's the data again. This button will export the data for you to Google Drive. It'll export the title, the image URL, the source URL, the price, and what else? I feel like there's one more thing it will export. Or UPC if you have it. It'll export that as well. And here again, we can see what that data looks like once you export it. It's just exporting those data points for you to go through later. This button allows you to edit the title. Here, this is I edited the title. I clicked the button, and then I just deleted some of the back-end words off of it. Alright, so this one is how to use PSP to check up your old leads, or check on your old leads, right? To go through them, see if there's other ASINs that are the same title or whatnot. But basically, you take your old leads list and you download them. I recommend combining all of your lists into one master list to save time. You don't need to combine them, but however, this is where it saves you more time. Right? If your leads are on Google Drive, download by going to File, Download, either pick Microsoft Excel file or CSV file. And we're combining them all into one sheet. Alright, here you can see when you go over Download, pick one of these two to save as. Alright, so then once you've downloaded that data, then you're ready to put that data into Profit Seeker Pro. I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but for when I was capturing leads, or my VA is capturing leads for me, or leads lists, it didn't have the image URL a lot, right? So, well, in fact, I don't think it ever had the image URL. So the image URL can definitely help in your sourcing, right? So this is how you can get all of the images for all of your old leads, right? And I'm going to show you how to do that, how to put the image into your master leads file, right? Alright, so in your leads list, find your ASIN column. And the best way to highlight all of the ASINs is to click on the first ASIN, right, like this. Click on it. And then, without clicking on anything else, scroll to the bottom of your master list to the last ASIN. Now, you're going to hold the Shift key and click on the very last ASIN in your ASIN column of your leads list. Now, to copy them, you can right-click and copy, or you can press and hold Control-C, and that'll both copy it to your clipboard for you, right? Now we're going to take all those ASINs and get the images for all of them. Now we're going to go to Keepa.com, we're going to click on Data, and then Product Viewer. Right? Looks like this. Once this appears, you will paste the ASINs you just copied off of your master list. Right? You'll paste them all here. You can do up to 10,000, right? Then after you've done that, you're going to click Load List. And then we're going to click Export, right? It'll load up everything here in your Keepa, on the Keepa site. And then mine, for example, just have the image and the title in it, right? And then you're going to click Export. You're exporting that data. To keep the default selections and click Export. Once this pops up, now the export should now be in your download folder again. You will want to open that particular file. Your file should look something like this. We want to find only the image column, right? Because we're going to copy this image column to our master leads list. So now, again, copy all the data in the image column. Do not copy the word image. So yeah, again, click the first one, scroll down to the bottom, then you hold the Shift key again, and then you click the last image column or line, and then it will highlight all those, right? So then you can either right click it and then copy it, or you can do a Control-C to copy it to our clipboard. Now we're going to go back to your master leads list, and we're going to add a new column to the end and name it image, right? So take your master leads list that you've created and go to the very end of it and just type in the word image for your last column, and we're going to paste them. Paste them in the image column. You just click in the first top box, and then you either right click and paste, or you press Control-V, and bam. It just mapped all of the images for all of your old leads in the correct order, right? It's important because it's important when you copy your ASINs that they're all in the same order, right? And we want our images to be in the same order, so the proper image matches with the proper ASIN. Now you're going to save your file. But before you upload your master list to PSP, one thing to check in your leads list, your master leads list, and how you can know if you have duplicate ASINs in your master leads list, right? So maybe you'll want to do this before you go to Keepa and you get all your images, right? One way you can tell if you, so basically what can happen in your old leads list or your old leads, sometimes we have multiple of the same ASIN perhaps, right? Well, Keepa doesn't recognize that. They only recognize the ASIN once. They won't give you the same ASIN twice. So what that can do is it can screw up the order of our images, right? So after you've pasted your images into your master leads list file, right? We just made the image column and we just pasted everything. Scroll to the bottom of your master leads list and see if you have any blank spots, right? This probably indicates that we had the same lead twice within our master leads file, right? But yes, if you see this, it means you have double ASINs in your master leads list. And Keepa, again, will only acknowledge the ASIN once. But yes, it is important to check your master leads list for duplicate ASINs. If you have duplicate leads in your list, it will cause the image to not be placed with the correct ASIN. Alright, so here. This is how you can find them. Here you can see I have this one twice here, and this one twice there. Therefore, it's going to mess up all of my image orders because I have the same one twice, and Keepa only gave me the data one time for each one. Alright, so how to fix the duplicates quickly, right? So, have your master leads list open and have your ASIN column highlighted, right? So just click here. Mine is the F column, right? So I'll click F, and it'll highlight all of my ASINs. Now, within Excel, on the home menu here, right? It goes File, Home, Insert. Click on Home. Make sure you're on Home. Click on Conditional Formatting. You can see it here to the right. And then click Highlight Cell Rules. And then click Duplicate Values, right? Highlight Cell Rules. You'll click here. And then Duplicate Values is at the bottom. Now, we're going to want to delete any of the duplicates that we had within our master leads list. And your list will look something like this within Excel. It'll highlight them, right? It's like, well, this one's twice here. You can see it here, ending in 0IY, and here's 0IY, right? So, in order to delete them, let me go back a slide here. In order to delete them, what you do is you only want to delete one of them, right? So, for example, if we want to delete this one, we'll click on 2. We'll actually click on the number, right? Oops. And then we'll just we'll right-click and delete, or we'll just press the delete key, and it'll delete that whole line for you, and it'll actually turn this to where it's not red anymore, right? Because now it recognizes there's only one. So basically, we're just wanting to go from the top to the bottom, removing duplicate ASINs, right? Because when we do this, effectively, all these red boxes that might have shown up in your master leads list, they will all disappear as you go down your list. So, and once you've done that, we're going to do File Save again. Oh, here I explained how to do it here. Best way to highlight all the ASINs is just click on the first actual ASIN. Yep. But yes, again, once your duplicate ASINs are all deleted, save your file again. Yeah, so now we're basically okay. So we're at this step once you've removed all your duplicate ASINs and you save your file, right? So now we need to do this step again, where you click on your very top ASIN, right? You click it, then you scroll to the bottom of your master leads list, you hold the shift key, you click again, and it'll effectively highlight all of your ASINs now corrected with no duplicates, right? Okay, so yeah, holding the shift key, yep. And then again, you can right click and click copy, or press and hold Control C. That'll copy all of your ASIN column to the clipboard again. Now we're going to go back to Keepa.com again. We're going to click on data and then product viewer, and we're going to just paste all of those ASINs in here again now that it's corrected, right? And then you click load list again. Now it gave us all the ASINs in the order that we want them, right? We don't have any duplicates. It put the image in the right spot for all of them, right? So now we're going to click export again, and again keep your default selections here, and then you click the export button. And now the export again should be in your download folder or wherever your downloads default, wherever they default get saved to. And now we're ready to take that file, that Keepa, or the master leads file, and we're ready to upload that into Profit Seeker Pro. And your file should look something like this. And again, this is where we found the image column. If we did it before in the previous example, all you're going to do is you're going to click the top one again, and you're going to click paste, right? You can right click paste or hit Control V to paste it quickly. Alright, so here again we're showing again how to just make your new image column and do that, but we already did that. And now though, our image should all be lined up correctly. Okay, sometimes when you're doing this, what we just did with copying all the ASINs and pasting them in to get the image, this might show up, right? So what this means is the following two ASINs did not return any results from our database. Now, what happened was, well, we had an old lead that was a listing, an Amazon listing that was removed from Amazon's catalog for whatever reason, right? So now Keepa is like, well, Amazon removed it, so we no longer have it, right? So we also need to clean up our list from these, right? If you see this, then I'll show you how to fix these. But yes, this means you're trying to look up a listing or an ASIN that no longer exists in Amazon's catalog. But yes, again, the possible reasons are as a generic listing, and we all know Amazon's been getting rid of a lot of those. Amazon took it up for whatever reason, or the original creator removed it. Okay, so what we're going to do here is leave that little search result box up, and we're going to highlight one of these ASINs at a time, and we're going to right click it and copy, or hit Control C to copy. Now we're going to come back to our master lead sheet, and we're going to find and replace, right? Now to open up this little box within Excel, you can hit Control F, right? This opens up this find and replace box, and we're going to paste that ASIN that we just copied from Keepa, that little box that popped up on Keepa. We're going to copy that, and we're going to paste it here, right? And once we paste it there, we're going to click either find all or find next, and that'll find our dud lead, right? And we want to remove those leads from our master leads list. hopefully some of you have probably kept up to date on your old leads, and maybe you already removed a lot of these dud ASINs now. But if you're like me, I hadn't cleaned up my leads list in a very long time, and I had this pop up for me, so I had to figure out how to fix it as fast as possible. But yes, we want to remove the entire row where the ASIN was located, right? So we'll click on the side where the number columns are, we'll click the side, and we'll right click and delete it, or we'll hit the delete key. But we just want that gone, because now that our images could still be wrong if we had that Keepa box pop up, right? Because we're thinking we pasted the images, but the images aren't mapped, or they're not in the right location with the right ASIN, perhaps, right? But if you see that Keepa error pop up, if you don't see that Keepa error pop up, then you're fine, right? This is just for those that see that Keepa error popped up. We're going to delete the whole column where that ASIN is. And yeah, we're just going to go through that. If this is longer than 2, then you're just going to go each one. You copy the next one, and you'll find it in your sheet. You'll delete the whole row. You'll find the next one, find it in the sheet, and delete the whole row. And that's kind of the process to clean up your old leads sheet. Alright, and yeah, again, repeat it. Get rid of all the dud ASINs, because that's no good. It doesn't do us any good to have those dead ones anymore. Alright, and then again, I'm just showing you again how to take those ASINs and find the images for them if you had that Keepa error pop up. Again, we're going to copy the whole row of ASINs, click the top one, scroll to the bottom, hold shift, click the bottom last ASIN, it'll highlight the whole row. Alright, and then we're going to hit Control C or right click and copy. Going to go to Keepa.com, and then again click on Data, Product Viewer. And then once we're here, we're going to paste our ASINs, all the ones we just copied, into a list of ASINs right here. And then after you paste them in, you're going to load list. And then once our list loads up like this, hopefully we have the images now correctly. And your image and your columns might not be in the same spot as mine, right? I just specifically made mine like this for this example. But you can drag them over or put them wherever you want. And you're going to export it. Again, keep the defaults and click export. And now the export again should be in your download folder. And that's the file we're going to want to open. Now again, we're going to paste our images into the newly created image. Or actually here, this is us opening up the Keepa data, right? And since mine was in column 1, I copied all of the images in order, right? So I clicked the top one, held shift, scrolled to the bottom, hold shift, and then I'll right click and then copy, or I'll hit Control C to copy that whole row. Now I'm coming to my master leads list. Again, I'm coming to my image column, and I'm going to click the top row and I'm going to paste it. Either right click paste or Control V to paste it. Now your master leads list should be ready to go. Hopefully you guys didn't get too many errors or duplicates, but I just know from my experience I happen to have duplicates and missing ASINs, right? So my old leads list had to get cleaned up, and that's kind of how I did it. If you have a better way of doing it, I mean, do it however you like. This is just how to do it quickly, at least the fastest way I found. So All right, so anyone that's been through the bots course, you probably tried out Arbitrage Hero. It's a cheaper alternative to TA, and it seems to do just as good, if not better, than TA when it comes to scanning your products and analyzing them. But this is how to get data from Arbitrage Hero to use with Profit Seeker Pro as well. All right, so once you're logged into Arbitrage Hero, you're going to click on Online Arbitrage, and then you're going to click Analyze Products right there. Once you've done that, your screen will look something like this. Here, the U.S. retailers, these are the different stores that are already, their data is already within Arbitrage Hero. So how Arbitrage Hero and Tactical Arbitrage work is basically they're just pre-programmed to go to all these different websites and scrape them either every day or every few days or however they have it set up. But so sometimes this data is a couple days old perhaps, but sometimes it could be brand new. But for Arbitrage Hero, you click the retailer, select the retailer you want to look at the data from, or you can actually select multiple different retailers at the same time. For the matching score, I suggest setting it to low. You do get way more results, but that's allowing us not to leave any stones unturned, right? When I'm doing this, I'm thinking, okay, I don't want to miss any of the hidden ASINs that take a little more work to find, so I'm setting it to low. But you're free to do medium or high or whatever you would like to try. Once you select your retailer and your matching score, click the update button. And now your file or your Arbitrage Hero will have populated whatever results are with that given store. And to export this data, so this is a larger file, 63 pages worth of stuff, right? And to export it, I'm going to click this little CSV button on the far right. Now I have Arbitrage Hero data that I can run through Profit Seeker Pro. So when you're on Amazon.com, click the Profit Seeker Pro icon, and then again, this little box will pop up. You're going to choose your file. The arbitrage file is right here for this demonstration. This is what it looks like. So I'll click that file, I'll click open, and here we're going to map our columns. UPC, that did not have UPC in that data, so I'll just leave it as NA. For image, it'll be supplier image. For title, it's supplier title. For price. For URL, it's supplier URL, and AMZ URL we're just going to leave as NA or blank. Alright. Again, if when you click this icon and you map your columns and it's not showing up, you'll wonder where to go, right? Again, this is one of the most common type of issues that people have is if they click on the little X of the gadget, well, it disappears until you do this process. So do this if it's not showing up for you. You click the PSP icon, and then once this pops up, because this is assuming you're logged in, you're going to click the gear icon. Once you click the gear icon, this will show up, and you're going to uncheck the detail box disable, right? Because we want to be able to view it. If you want it hidden, you have to have it check marked. If you want it to be viewable, you have to uncheck mark it. And once you do that, you're ready to go. Again, thanks for checking out this demonstration of different ways to utilize data with Profit Seeker Pro. And if you sign up, each plan has a 2-week free trial, right? So if you do, if you wanted to save the 2 months, worth of paying, then you could still start your 2-week free trial and just cancel it at any time. Monthly plan 2 is a 2-week free trial, and so the monthly plan is about $10, and the annual plan is about $100. So I hope you guys check it out. I hope it can speed up your business like it sped up mine, and it just kind of helps you to go through data more. I mean, it's a little bit slower using it, but you're being very efficient. You're not leaving any hidden ASINs or replens on the table, right? We're going through each item line by line, and as most of us has probably done before, we've copy and pasted from Walmart.com every title we can think, right? Well, what if we just had that data to be able to plug it into Profit Seeker Pro and just go click to go line by line instead of going to my window for Walmart, copy the title, come back to Amazon, paste it, look at what the price was. It just creates a lot of back and forth, right? So this can drastically cut down that time. And for $10 a month, I think that's well worth it. If this saves you even an hour worth of sourcing time, I mean, it's totally worth it. But cool. Well, thanks for checking out this little demonstration of the different ways to use data with Profit Seeker Pro, and I hope you'll try it.